Big Dog Chico! It's a, it's a new day, Big Dog Chico.
It
We
is.
got new players tapping
Yeah.
into Colorado. Appreciate everybody's patience as we push back the morning run and just made it TMR today. We got Adam going to join us. We're going to go through some of the new signees. We're going to talk a lot of stuff. It's the morning run.
Runners. 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 Mount up. It is Big Dog Chico, the badass Uncle Neely, coming to you live and direct right here. Not our usual time, but it's a special. It's early National Signing Day out there for college football. And Coach Prime and staff has been putting in some work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you've
Yeah.
been putting in some work too, because you just got back home. You in, well, you know what? You're in an undisclosed location. I learned from last time.
That's you, Chico, boy. You love to tell it. You can't help it. You can't help it,
I'll
Chico.
just say this. How you doing, Unc?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Tell you what, Chico, I
Yeah.
am back in the Jack. I'm back in Jacktown, man. Chico, check this out.
Talk to me.
Denver/Boulder almost set a new record of consecutive days without snow. It got up to
Almost.
I think the record is like 225 days. It got to like 218.
Damn.
So I was sitting there like, man, should I go back to Jackson Monday or Tuesday? I said, no, I got to meet with Coach Prime Tuesday. I'm gonna go back Wednesday. And what happened at 3 this morning?
That's no cane.
A damn snowstorm came, Chico. I'm talking about 7 inches just here. Snow every damn well.
Well, at least you got to see the snow before you went back home. You know,
Yeah.
or
As
you
I
don't need,
said,
or you don't need to see it.
no, I don't need to see it. I've seen enough. And particularly don't need to see it while I'm sitting on the runway and they de-icing the plane.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Like y'all already know y'all
Yeah.
need to de-ice the plane before I got up on this mother. Y'all just, it's like they let everybody
Man,
get
well,
on
here.
and then they try to crank the plane up like an old Cadillac. And then, oh, we got to de-ice it. Like, what you
Got to
doing?
pump that gas.
I got to let it run for a few minutes. Like what?
Yeah, they had to let it run for a few minutes. So, nevertheless, Chico, I got here safe and sound. I'm good.
Good.
My bag didn't make it though, and my bag got my tripod in it and my light. So I look a little dim right now because my light didn't make it. But Chico, we ain't gonna let none of that stop the show now.
Man, I ain't gonna let it stop us. They want us to fail. It ain't gonna happen. Just to
Because
quote
you know what it's
the
about, Chico.
legendary
It's about
one.
it's about two things:
What is it about?
trust
Trust.
and relation. I'm
Just-
just trying to much more.
That's all. All right, we got some things we're gonna break down. We got Adam Mustard Tiger joining us, of course, from buffstampede.com, 247 Sports. We're gonna talk about this National Signing Day and Coach Prime and what they've been doing. And we got to talk about things that's in the news. But Unc, I wanted to ask you about, it's gonna go back to the West Coast to my Lakers, kinda, because it starts out with their crosstown, stepsister, so to speak, to the Clippers. They've
Yeah,
gotten rid of and let go Chris Paul.
yeah. I saw that this morning, man. It's just, the way he was notified, the way he was handled, kind of piss poor to me. But you remember, man, back toward the beginning of the season. I know it's still the beginning of the season. We talked about, man, if like Chris Paul had another year or two and he could go help the Houston Rockets because all they got is big dudes. Now I know he wants to stay in the LA area, so that opens up opportunity with the Lakers. But he had just announced, man, that this was going to be his last year, regardless.
Right.
And then we get to December, and the team lets him go.
That's crazy. But Shams, of course, has reported that Chris Paul and his leadership style clashed with the Clippers. Sources tell ESPN that Paul has been vocal in holding management, coaches, and players accountable, which the team felt became disruptive. He's
No, you know what?
damn.
Before you finish that sentence, and I hadn't seen that sentence, I heard that quote when you said, they were basically at odds. I was about to interrupt and go, "Oh, Clipper must don't like winning." It's Chris Paul like winning.
That's what it is. So he come there and hold y'all accountable like, man, you know what? That ain't right probably. That ain't right. What we doing over here? Why we doing that? And then now you get rid of the man. I don't know whether it says Ty Lue was not on speaking terms with Chris Paul for several weeks. Damn. So it's a clash between him and Ty Lue? Or, I
Yeah,
don't
man,
know.
that's
That's 2
surprising. But I
point guards
mean,
too. That's surprising. Yeah, like you said.
yeah, that's surprising. But I think, like I said, even though Chris Paul announced this was going to be his last year, I think in the right environment, he got 2 or 3 more in him if he wanted to. And when I look at, I know he personally wants to be in the LA area market with his
Yeah.
family. But man, when
Yeah.
I look at like Houston, like, dude, man, they pick up a Chris Paul, they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah. And what's one more year? They do one more year, away from LA, in the fam and chase that ring with KD and Houston. But can also go into a backup role and just go to the other side of town right there with the Lakers. What you think about
Yeah.
that?
It fit wonderfully. And what I love about both of the situations, he ain't got to play 40 minutes.
Right.
He ain't got to play 20.
Right.
you know. But
Yeah.
here's the thing about that, Chico. You want the real truth, though.
What's the truth, huh?
Chico, I hate to say this to you because I know hope springs eternal with you and your Lakers. And I get it. But the way the Oklahoma City Thunder playing right now, it don't matter what anybody in the West do.
Damn.
It don't matter.
Well,
It
you
don't
know
matter,
what?
Chico.
I'm not really a huge fan as we bring Adam on. A lot of people don't know Adam is a former basketballer, has some
Oh,
hooping
that's
skills,
that's that's DJ
you know.
Finesse.
DJ Finesse in the building. But I
25 years ago, but yeah. I'll take that.
hey, I still brag on my hook shot 25 years ago, so hey, it's all right. Um, what I was gonna say, the Lakers. I don't think he's a good fit with the Lakers per se. I wouldn't want to see him with the Lakers, so I would like to see him somewhere else go chase a ring. Any thoughts of Chris Paul being let go by the Clippers, Adam?
I'm a big fan of his game. The mid range game, I think, got kind of eased out of basketball, and I miss that. I do. That was what we grew up on, right? Before it was a 3-year layup every time, and the analytics got in the way. So I appreciate Chris Paul's game, and good for him for having as great a career as he did. That Clippers run, it was the same night of the Floyd Mayweather fight against Pacquiao way back in the day. What were we talking about, like 13 years ago, where the Clippers had a huge lead to close out a series in the playoffs, and they blew that, and that was like their best shot to win it. I still remember just kind of that disappointment because I've always been a fan of his.
Yeah. Dang, man. What was that? Lob City. That's what it was called back then.
Lob City.
Yep.
Man.
DeAndre, Chris Paul, Blake.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Those were the days. I think that was
One
their
of the
best
guys from
chance.
all the smoke was on that team.
Matt
The
Barnes.
light skinned brother. Yeah, Matt Barnes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matt Barnes was in the booth with Coach Prime when he watched Shador in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
He gave him a shout out. So, yeah. Speaking of Coach Prime and his staff, Adam, is early National Signing Day, and that's going to go through Friday. Talk to us about what the Buffs have done so far up to this point, and about we're going to go over some of the recruits also individually, but just for overall, kind of tell us about what's going on with Colorado.
Yeah, first off, this is one of my favorite days of the year. You get a chance to talk to these young men and get a chance to kind of hear their stories and to see them officially join the herd. It's always a great day. And so far we have, at this point, 9 that have signed a letter of intent with Colorado. There are a couple verbal commits right now that have not signed. There was another commit from that was committed to Penn State that was supposed to be a Buff. He committed to the Buffaloes last night, and then NIL got in the way. And I was a few minutes late joining you guys. I just heard that he's probably going to stick with James Franklin and go to Virginia Tech. And so that's unfortunate. But there's a lot of really good players that are part of this commit class right now. And so I'll let you lead the way. I enjoy talking about these guys. It's a fun day for me.
Yeah. So I mean, first, Unc, if you want to say anything, or we go right into the players.
Oh, we can go right into it. I'll layer this on to Adam. One of the things I'm enthused about is not just the players themselves, like their individual talents, where they're from, who they are. It's when you look at the things that derailed us this past season, you went out and on day one have addressed some of that. And so it's not like you just Adam, you ever went to the grocery store hungry?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you buy
Yeah.
way too much food. Yeah,
That
your
you don't
bill is
that you
way
don't
more than
that you
you
don't
need. Yeah,
that you
yeah,
don't
yeah,
need.
Right.
yeah.
We're hungry. Right. We won 3 games, but we didn't go to the grocery store hungry. I love the approach. I love like the reason and the why that these particular players were sought after and that kind of thing versus just damn, let's just grab a bag of chips so I can eat it while I shop. Let's just get in and everything, and then you look up and you're still hungry because you hadn't really solved the problem. I like the methodology surrounding who we've been signing.
Yeah, no, I think if you go down the list of these 9 guys that have signed with the Colorado Buffaloes today and really delve into their huddle film, you're going to be excited about that. Now, going into to today, the first day of the early signing period for the 2026 class, Colorado ranks 7th in terms of average rating with these guys. Had you won some more games, maybe you'd be able to bump that up. But when you look at these 9 guys specifically, I think you get excited.
All right. Well, I guess we can start
Russ
with.
and Ashley, man.
No better place to
Dropped.
start than Mississippi, man. You got to start with the Mississippi boy.
Yeah, he's going to be in the mix for starting nickelback from day one.
Yeah,
this is a playmaker right here, man. He plays with his hair on fire. He's got a great personality. I just dropped a film room with him. This is one of those guys to get really excited about in this class for sure. He's pretty versatile. You can move him around. He can play really any position in that defensive backfield.
and Adam, one of the things I love about it,
needed.
shout out to Brandon, Mississippi, just east of here, where I sit in downtown Jackson. Sometimes like doom and gloom or the expectation of doom and gloom sets in. And when you went throughout the fall or the summer, even for that matter, like everybody's expectations seemed to be that he wasn't going to stick with the Buffs. Every other day there was like, okay, he's still with us. He's still with us. And when you hear him and hear his family talk, there was never any doubt in his mind that he wasn't going to keep the commitment.
One of the most solid prospects I've covered throughout the entire process. He loves Deion Sanders. He loves Coach Prime. And this is one of those guys that is going to wear a D on his chest if my projections are accurate on this day.
Oh, here we go.
Buff family, what it do? It's your boy Presto Money checking in on signing day. Can't wait to get up the boat and dominate. Go Buffs, baby.
Yes, indeed. It's good to see someone just excited to be going to Colorado. Hopefully that'll spread out through the rest of this signing class. As you see this big fella right here, tell us about big Xavier Payne.
Great personality, 6'7", 320. He told me earlier this week that he is snapped, so he can play all 5 positions. But you're most likely going to see him factor in as an offensive tackle for Colorado, and he's somebody that has won a lot of games at the high school level, and could be it's hard to project early contributions from offensive linemen, but if there's one guy you could kind of look to in this offensive line class and say that they could come in and play pretty early, it might be it might be him.
I tell you what, Adam, not only do I concur with that, from an environmental standpoint, I would say the odds favorite. When you look at the bang up job this offensive line did this past season, and then you look at who you're going to lose from an offensive line because their collegiate playing days are done, and you bring in a kid with these metrics and this ability, and then you add in Coach Prime's philosophy of when I recruit you because you can help us now. and you getting ready and doing that part to get out there, that part is on you. But I see something in you that you can help us now. I think it just lays the table for him to participate in some playing time that first fall.
Yes, indeed. Stuff right here.
What's going on, Bucks Nation? I'm Xavier Payne, checking in here on signing day. Can't wait to get up and get after it and vote it. Let's go Bucks.
He's camera shy because that dude is very personable. You guys are going to enjoy getting to know his personality in the coming years for sure.
All right, that's what's up. Carson Crawford. Heard a lot about this kid.
He is Nate Landman 2.0, and Nate Landman is the only two-time Buffalo Heart Award winner in Colorado football history. He just re-signed with the Los Angeles Rams. He looks in pictures, or my guy Jimmy Searfoss, who was under me at buffstampede.com recently, interviewed him out at Carthage earlier today, and he kind of looks like a big receiver right now, but he's going to fill out real quick once he gets to campus and gets that nutrition, starts to fill out a little bit. And this is my favorite recruit in this entire class by far, because he is just a wrecking ball out there, and just got to make sure that head is staying up on some of these hits.
Played outside and inside. Yeah, that's needed for the Buffs. Along with we're going to talk about another linebacker Colorado has signed also, so that's going to be needed. You just lost a guy who didn't contribute a lot in Montrez Walker. He hit the transfer portal. I think French is going to be gone. You're going to have Jeremiah Brown gone, so you're going to have a hole there to fill at the linebacker position. And this guy here look like he's ready to get in there. Like you said, he could fill out too, get up to about 225. Easily.
I could kind of see him having kind of the Alex McPherson, London Merritt type role right away, right?
Yeah.
It's tough to come in there. You mentioned that he played outside backer last year. He moved to inside backer to play Mike backer for Carthage, and they are still they are going to play in the semifinals this Friday night. And so this is a guy that you just get a few reps out there and he's going to flash, but it's tough to ask a true freshman to start from day one at that position, but he's going to be an instant contributor, I believe.
And he is who was at the front of my mind, Adam, when I talked about going to the grocery store hungry or filling the immediate needs. When you look at where we were failing this past season and the kind of player that he is, you can see the potential to be a difference maker. And I will say again that whereas the odds are typically against you in collegiate football these days to be able to hit the ground running, I think Coach Prime has proven in his time, particularly in Colorado, that if you are a freshman and you got the goods and you can help us now, he's not shy about putting you out there. So he's another one of those guys that I just look for that's going to have, if all goes well, across the summer, he's going to have immediate impact on this team.
What's up, Buff Nation? It's Carson Crawford checking in on signing day. Just want to say I'm super excited about coming up, and let's go Buffs.
Oh, Buff.
That kid is a dog, man. That kid is a dog. I'm telling you. That kid is a dog.
And another one right here, Big Josiah Manu.
Got a chance to see him October 30th play just a mile from my house, which was kind of cool. Usually I got to battle Denver traffic for like a couple hours to get to a high school game. He's leaned out because he was having to play defensive end for Thompson Valley, one of the top 3A programs in the state, which is a kind of a mid classification in the state. They won a state championship his junior year. They won a ton of games. I think I wrote 38 games that they won during his time as a starter there, which is pretty impressive. He's going to fill out. You got to get him in the weight room. He's probably more of a developmental type signee in this class. Maybe you start him out at guard once he starts to fill out, and then kind of move him out to maybe tackle at some point. But he's just, as a human being, a great person. I've really gotten to enjoy getting a chance to know Josiah. He actually lives just a couple miles from where I used to live in Loveland, Colorado, and he's going to come in with the right mindset to develop. And he told me this week that the big reason he stuck with Colorado is that he really fell in love with just the developmental aspect he saw with that three-headed coaching monster on the O-line this year. So Josiah Manu, you might not see him out there playing for the Buffs right away, but could be a guy down the road that you can be kind of proud of as an in-state guy coming to the Buffaloes.
Right.
Yeah.
Josiah Manu, offensive
Buffs
lineman.
Nation? It's Josiah Manu, Colorado native, checking in on signing day. I'm excited to get down to Boulder and get after it. Let's go Buffs. What's
Nice.
up, Buffs Nation? It's Josiah
Well,
Manu.
we'll go to a guy who might be able to play immediately. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And that's going to be Mojo Williams Jr., the cornerback out of Edna Carr, New Orleans, Louisiana. Shout out to Coach Nick Foster down there. Excuse me, Coach Foster down in New Orleans. Talk to me about Mojo Williams.
My man has not put out new film, but I know he keeps balling out there at Edna Carr in New Orleans. They won the state championship last year. They're in the semifinals this year. Cover cornerback, 5'11", 172. I think he's listed at. He's going to be one of those guys that you're anxious to evaluate because if Coach Prime's bringing in a cornerback, he's seen that film. Neely, you could correct me, but I would imagine he's not allowing a cornerback to come into this program without vetting that situation.
You would be spot on there, Adam, once again. And let me tell you this, man. Edna Carr produces some players.
Yes.
You see Edna Carr guys, LSU, Texas A&M, Texas, all throughout the South, SEC schools. Edna Carr, as you said there, Adam, if they're not state champions, they're always in the mix. And so these are guys that they know how to win. They know what it takes to win. They have a coaching staff there that instills the same kind of principles, that a Coach Prime instills. So guys like that from programs like that are able to come in and hit the ground running because they're used to it. It's not being early is being on time. They're used to that kind of thing. And so great kid from a great program. And, you coming to play for a guy who knows what it's supposed to look like because he was literally the greatest and best that ever did his position. So these people want to learn. They want to learn from him. And here's another guy just like, from right down the street in Brandon, Mississippi, that says, I want to go play for the best that's ever done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to build off that too.
Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah. Just to build off that, Maurice Williams told me that they have 14 guys on that Edna Carr team that are signing on with the college. So it's not quite to the extent of an IMG Academy in terms of preparation, but it's kind of that next tier down from there, in terms of you got to show up every day at practice and bring it if you're at Edna Carr for sure.
Yeah. Once again, shout out to my former teammate, Coach Nick Foster. Let's go to a dog right here. We got a dog.
Oh,
a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead.
Chico, I'm going to reset. I lost Adam's audio then. I'll be right back.
Okay. Sorry about that. I think when we go in and out a lot, I don't know why we've been kicking Unc off lately. Got to figure out what's the problem with that. But I don't think there's no problem with this guy. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, Adam.
Okay.
You good.
Okay.
Talk to me about Rodney Colton Jr., the linebacker from Newnan, Georgia.
I was told earlier today that he dropped in the rankings, and I was surprised by that because I was watching.
Well, he signed with Colorado and Coach Prime, right?
Well, but Crawford got a big bump too, so like you gotta throw that other side in there too, right?
All right.
But no, I was surprised by that because Rodney Colton Jr. We talked about him on the show a few weeks ago, and I remember talking to Dukes about him, and because he's more familiar with him than even I am, but you use the word dog, and that's Rodney Colton right there. He's a playmaker.
Yeah.
How quickly can he acclimate himself? Same with Crawford, because they need help at linebacker. These guys look really good at that spot. This is a really, really good linebacker class for Colorado.
And again, man, it's what was needed. We got to be able to, as you see, there are a couple takeaways, but more importantly, stop the run, go up and fill some gaps. Got some guys with some bodies on them already that need to be developed. And when you go through Swayze's conditioning program and Chef Solomon's, meals, you're going to put on the right kind of weight before the season starts. And here's another guy that I just thought, Adam, the naysayers and the haters all along the line were saying, he's going to be one of the ones that not keep his commitment. He's going to go somewhere else, particularly after seeing the record in the season that the Buffs had. But just like Preston Ashlight and Brandon, he stuck with it the whole time.
With Colton, though, I think it was more justified because he took some other visits.
Okay.
But so credit to Colorado staff. I think Ashley was just 100% on board the whole time. Colton did kind of put his feelers out there. He didn't put it on social media though. So sometimes it's somebody that's just kind of feeling his way through the process, and sometimes you got to do that if you're going to make a big life decision. And so
I got to tell you, man. I always had to just take a step back, right? Because I just got mixed views on it. As a practical matter, there's a part of me as a dad that just says, "Hey, young man, go on every trip you can. This is a once in a lifetime process. See the world.
Yeah.
These campuses are in different places, different cultures. Go take every trip you can, even if you have a commitment." But then the football side of me says, like, "Hey, man, once you make a commitment, you shouldn't be allowed to go on other visits." So I'm literally just torn down the middle on it. But there are guys out there who are capable of going to see other places, but keeping their word on what they said they were going to do.
definitely, yep,
Yeah.
it's a complicated process, and different people have different people in their lives leading them in different directions. And there are a lot of people in these kids' heads that that can push them here, there, or the other place. So it is a complicated process. Like I let off the beginning of the show, there was a recruit that was committed to another Power 4 program that literally gave quotes to one of our recruiting analysts saying that I'm signing with Colorado tomorrow. And then NIL gets in the mix. And you don't know what those conversations look like leading up to them not signing with Colorado. So,
and on one hand, and I say this globally, Adam, on one hand, everything we just said matters, right? And then on the other hand, let's just face it, visits are profitable. This is still, a transactional situation. And then you look at the situation with Georgia and their quarterback not going to Vanderbilt, and like it happens overnight. Like it is like this is the world we live in, folks. It is what it is. And so anytime a staff can keep a guy like that after he's gone on other visits, kudos to what you bring to the table as an organization, as a staff, that those people can go see other things and still stay interested in you.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Let's hear from Colton, then we go to another linebacker signing also.
What's up, Buff Nation and CU fans? It's Rodney Colton Jr. checking in on Sunday. I can't wait to get down there in Boulder, show my talents, and rock out. Let's go Buffs.
That's what's up. All right, so that's Colton. Then we have Kobe Johnson, also another linebacker out of Washington. What can you tell us about him as I pull up the film, Adam?
Yeah, he's versatile. He's got sideline to sideline speed in somebody that probably is going to have to come in and kind of acclimate a little bit to the Power 4 level coming in from Washington, not playing against the greatest competition. You see that with Colorado kids coming to Boulder as well. You saw that with Zane D'Souza this past year. It's like, man, this is a big transition for a kid that has not had that IMG or Edna Carr type experience, or Georgia or Texas, California, some of these states. But he has got some skills that can be honed. He's got to get it in. As Neely said, he's got to get in the weight room with Swayze. He's got to get it acquainted with Solomon and in that training table room. But he's going to be a good player down the road.
All right, Neely, what can anything you want to add just in case?
I think Adam said that perfectly, man. I really do. This is one of those ones that it's probably not a lot of year one impact, but the upside is tremendous.
Yeah, and that's
Special teams could be from day one too.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why you love signing a lot of linebackers, because those are the guys, especially guys that move fast, like Kobe Johnson does.
You can't have enough linebackers as it relates to special teams, and you can't have enough corners as it relates to hamstrings. Because throughout the process, you're always going to lose a guy workout wise, strength and conditioning wise, spring ball, fall camp wise to a hamstring. So like you need depth in that room. And again, I'm gonna keep on saying it, Adam. We were starving, but we ate a little bit before we went to the grocery store because we made some good decisions here. Because this wave and era of college football that we're in right now is truly a two-way street. It's not about who you want. It's not about who wants you. It's about a mutual fit. Like you have to get guys that not only have the talent to do their jobs they're going to come and do, but they have to be able to fit what you already have in the building and the culture that you're establishing as well. And so I think Coach Prime said, what did he say every press conference, Adam? We missed a lot. And so we got to do things differently. I think when you look at even this early signing period, you see a different level of due diligence.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
one of the things that I like about prep recruiting is that you can vet these guys out more than you can. When guys hit the transfer portal, you've got to get right in their living room ASAP. Otherwise, there's NIL money, there's big programs coming after them if they're really talented. With prep recruits, even if they're highly regarded, usually you have them on campus a couple times. You can kind of get to know their family a little bit. So you can kind of go through this process a little bit more with some of these prep guys. Neely, when you say go to the grocery store, are we talking transfer portal here?
We're talking all of it.
Okay.
We're
Recruiting,
talking all of it.
it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Adam, when you're hungry, you make bad decisions when you're trying to pick what to eat.
Yeah.
You got to take a deep breath, maybe go get a snack or two. Don't go to the grocery store hungry. You're going to make bad decisions.
Or they say don't make business decisions when you're desperate, right? Same
Yeah.
difference. Same
and
difference.
and and 3 wins can make you desperate. So you have to have some fortitude and step back, take a deep breath, and say, okay, let me not overreact here and just load up the cart with stuff because I think I need everything because I only won 3 games. You still got to be strategical about it. You still got to make sure it fits what you're trying to build.
To your point, they could sign 25 guys today if they wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they did sign Christian Ward, 6'3", 205, wide receiver. Easy. Big time baller right here that they just added. What y'all think about this guy at the receiver position, a playmaker?
Florida speed, now that he's out there in Florida, I think he's gotten some of that injected into him. Where is he from originally? I think Georgia, right? Is where
Marietta,
he transferred from. Yeah. And his younger brother, I don't think has made it official yet, but he is expected to reclassify with Colorado and sign with them in the 2026 class. And so Christian's going to be an early enrollee. Those IMG guys, man, they've been working out for the Buffs. So you bring them in, they're push and play, and that's what I feel like Christian Ward is going to be for the Buffs.
Yeah, I think your best recruiters, Adam, are your current players. And when
Yeah.
you had so many players come from IMG and have success, at Colorado, where it just fits, it just clicks because they operate similar, fashion. When those guys get in the DMs and get on the phones and texting each other, they're letting each other know, man, hey, this is a good place to play. And so I think that IMG to Boulder pipeline is going to remain open for a while.
And you just said it right there. Look at that. Juju Lewis. I'm not sure what the status is on Kenny Darby yet, but that's to Unk's point of players help recruit also.
Yeah, and to Adam's point about this receiver, man, when I look at the wide receiver room at Colorado, Jason Phillips, and 4 guys going into the NFL. You got a Sincere Brown leaving out, this year. You got a quarterback coming in, that is what the QB heir apparent the next 3 years. Why would a receiver not want to come here?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, Dad. I don't know. But let me see. Go to Ben Gula out of Florida, offensive line.
Yeah, I just dropped a story on him. He's kind of a lower rated guy, but he played not at a powerhouse out there in Florida at Cypress Bay out in Fort Lauderdale. They won 5 games this year, 6 games last year. He is somebody that is going to be probably more of a kind of again, going back to what we said, about a linebacker here recently. He's probably going to be a little bit more of a developmental prospect, but can play a lot of different positions and could be a pretty good buff for them down the road. He's going to enroll in January, so he'll be on campus for spring ball. It's interesting. His other finalist was UCF, and he was telling me that like it's like this idea of like, let me just get away from family. Let me get out and expand my horizons. He told me that he had never seen mountains before he went to Boulder on his official visit. So it might be a bit of a culture shock initially for him, but I think he's going to settle in and be a good buff down the road for Colorado.
Agree with that, Adam. But Adam, I gotta help you out there, brother.
What's up?
You know, when you were DJ Finesse, you could do a hell of a blend on the turntables, but you missed an opportunity. So I got to kick it back to you. You talked about this wonderful article that you wrote on the kid, but you didn't let the people know where they can find the article.
BuffStampede.com, as always. Yeah. For since 2003, we've had a nice ride at this thing.
So when y'all hear him mention an article, go to BuffStampede.com and check out the article.
That's right.
Appreciate you, Neely.
Yeah. He said long time ago, long time ago. What quote did that come from?
I was pretty close to DJ Finesse days at that point.
All right. Any other ones we got? What about the overall class? Where do you have them right now as far as overall, Adam? Like, where would you rank this class as far as Coach Prime's classes so far at this point?
Well, all of his classes have been more quality over quantity from the prep ranks. That's been kind of the MO since day one. I really like the top end of this class, and there's some intriguing guys down there. Now, had you won some more football games this year, to be honest with you guys, I think this class would rank higher because they would get a little bit more excitement. But in terms of the average rating of their signees, it ranks 7th in the 16-team Big 12 conference. So they're competing with other teams. You still got really the transfer portal window, which is going to be more vital in terms of what's going to happen on the field in 2026. You've got the late signing period. I think because the early signing period was a little bit earlier than it used to be. It used to be just like 4 or 5 days before Christmas. You might have a few more guys that are a little bit more apprehensive to sign today. You've still got teams like we were talking about Maurice Williams that are still in the state playoffs right now that maybe want to take a trip or two in January. So there might be an opportunity to pull in another prep guy or two that's pretty highly regarded for that February signing period. Generally, I already talked about a lot of these guys that I feel are going to be really good buffs down the road. And this, despite the disappointment of 3-9, I think Colorado fans should enjoy today and watch some of the film of these guys and kind of appreciate what a lot of these guys can provide for the program here in the coming years.
Yeah.
I love that, Adam.
High school moves.
I love that, Adam. And one of the things I also love is how you helped me out on what I was trying to say, DJ Finesse. You did another blend for me when you helped me out and said, "Oh, so what you're saying is, Neely, the cart could be full if you wanted it to be full." It's like we're again this grocery shopping. You can't put everything in the basket on aisle one, man. Like you got to go down every aisle because you need some of everything. And now you even got to do like Mama used to do. You got to go down the aisle with a calculator because none of this stuff is free. And you're shopping on a budget. You're shopping with no matter how big the resources may be, the resources are still limited. And you still have the transfer portal days coming. And those are the guys with the quote unquote that experience that really help you out right now. And so you got to be selective and budget conscious as you shop during this week because you got to save some room for aisle 10. You can't spend it all on aisle 3.
Double source this, Neely. They lost out on a signee today because of NIL. It is what it is. It is what it is.
AB Aretha Burton checking in from Mississippi. He said, with Seaton and O. Miller staying, that show. Now, first of all, now, I'm not. Now, this is a super chat. I don't know what's facts or not right here. I'm just reading the super chat. So, with Seaton and O. Miller staying, that shows trust and relationship. Is Coach Sapp still there?
Yeah, Coach Sapp is still here. Well, I don't know if he's there right now, but Coach, because he was down at the Bucks game helping his brother get inducted to the Ring of Honor. So
Congratulations to his. That's Simeon Rice.
yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Simeon Rice out of Chicago, Illinois. Stackmaster. All right. So, well, I think we covered all the recruits. We got more to come the rest of the week that we'll be covering. Y'all stay tuned right here on the best damn show that you can find on YouTube with our three faces on there. That's called The Morning Run Live. Adam, we appreciate you joining us, man. Anything you want to add?
Not my face. I'm not on that merch, but y'all throw me a.
Oh, you got to zoom in, Adam. Like, look, look,
You might be on there, Adam.
Yeah, Adam, look,
Coming
you
soon.
right. See, look, right.
No.
Right there.
Adam,
Oh, okay. I see it
Adam,
now. I'm
Adam,
sorry.
look,
I missed that all this time. I missed that
You're
all
on the
this
picture.
time.
You just in the you was in the house. Yeah, you was in the
No,
house.
you guys are the best. I appreciate you. This is a fun day. Have me on every signing day because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking about these young men that are going to be buffs.
Yes.
Oh man, no doubt about it. And Adam, we still got to have you back on in December. I know we don't have a game coming, but we still have to do our recap of the season show and talk about some of
Do
those
we really have to
nuances.
do that though?
No, Adam, we have to. We have to.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I said.
All right.
Adam.
All right.
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing.
We got to combine that with some more.
Let me
recruiting
set
news.
this up. Let me set this up.
Oh.
You remember last year we won 9 games?
Yes, sir. And won a Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, but you remember because of the way the last game went, we act like we didn't win 9 games.
Right.
I think because of the way this season went, and particularly on the road, because we didn't win a road game, we still forget the nuances of how close and competitive at least 6 of those games were. And then when you look at the kind of players that are signed today and what you know you're going after in the portal, all you need is just a little finish, Adam. I think that the Utah games, whatever, that gets in our heads, and we think that, oh man, we only won 3 and we lost all the others by 50. No, you didn't. You had 6 games that you were either leading in or tied in or down by less than a score in the third and fourth quarter. So that's why, I want to revisit just to show, man, the 3 wins is horrible. But if you look at how close you were to having 5 more wins, you were right there.
That's why when I hear the comment, and somebody put it on our message board that there's folks that think that Colorado needs to build towards 2027. I'm like, that's not the current age of college football. You make the right coaching changes. You get a couple of these freshmen that the Buffaloes signed today to make a big impact, just like you did this past year, actually.
Yeah.
And you hit better on the transfer portal this offseason like you did 2 years ago than you did this past offseason. And you can be right back there in the mix. There's not a whole lot separating these Big 12 teams right now. And
at all.
I know Texas Tech has got a lot of that money floating around, and they're going to be the top dog right now to try to knock off. But BYU's got a lot of money. Utah has got a very solid program. We'll see what Whittingham decides to do after the season. But there really is an opportunity for Colorado in 2026. And it's tough to say that coming off 3-9, but it's true.
It is tough to say because the 3-9 is real, but it's also real when you peel back the layers of that onion that there's some good building stuff there. And I'm going to ask you this for you, Ron, because you're sitting there on front row in the press corps, and you ask Coach Prime questions, and you hear his answers to other people's questions. So let me ask you this, Adam. Particularly the last 4 weeks or so, did you hear anything from Coach Prime in your interpretation that would suggest to you that he's not going to make significant staff changes?
No. He's been pretty clear about that. I think, Neely, if I'm going to be honest with you, I think, though, because I'm kind of I'm in the middle, right? I've got the coaches and players over here on this left side. I've got the fans over here that I got to interact with daily. The fan frustration, I think, is just they just want to get thrown a little information here and there. But I also get it from the other side of like where Coach Prime has got to do his process and not have it leak out. So it's one of those things where I'm on the tightrope. I see both sides of it. There has not been, and one of the things that I've tried to put out there to Colorado fans is that, yes, changes are coming based on what Coach Prime has told us face-to-face in those press conferences.
Hey, Adam, go ahead, DJ Finesse, and press play on Sam Cook. A change gonna come because he didn't lie to you. There's
Okay.
changes on both sides of the ball, special teams, you name it. He tells you every time, every week. I'll cry to you before I lie to you, and he just had that philosophy or the principles of that making these changes with 2 weeks or a week left in the season don't gain us anything. But believe me, the changes are coming. And so when you look at this signing class, you look at the portal that's coming, you look at the addressing the staff concerns, that the fans rightly so want to know, it's coming.
Adam, I have one question. Do you ever
Yes, sir.
regret telling Uncle Neely about DJ Finesse? Because he ain't gonna never let you live it down, dog. It's gonna be DJ Finesse to him forever now.
It's actually kind of fun because it takes me back to like I almost forgot about that time of my life. I'm 46 years old. That was when I was 20, 21. Like
I
I mean,
feel you, dog.
that feels like a different lifetime ago, man.
Totally
Like
does,
it's all good. I don't
Yeah.
take myself too seriously.
That's what's
I
up.
think that's one of the great things about getting older is that you're a little bit more comfortable in your own skin and kind
There
of
you
laugh
go.
at yourself a little bit.
And
Right.
speaking of your own skin, you're looking very tan today, my brother, even though it's a snowstorm.
I've been trying to get out there with the dogs, so I got to keep. It's not Thursday, but we're keeping the 10 alive.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all hashtag keep this hand alive in the chat as we let Adam get up out of here. We appreciate you, Adam, once again for coming joining us. We'll see you next time.
You guys are the best. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Adam Mustang Tiger, 247 Sports, and buffstampede.com.
Oh, I lost your audio. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I can't hear you.
You got to kick Neely out, too, and let him come back in. Let's see. All right. If you're just tuning in, we just covered the signees for the Colorado Buffaloes. I also had a message saying that Coach Pecco's son, Domata Pecco Jr., signed with Colorado. I didn't see that, but I did see that he committed. He's a hard commit. So stay tuned for that news coming through the wire. And we have plenty more also. But I will say, if they were ever to get to the point where they need to fill that shopping cart up, man, there's some ballers down in Pike Road, Alabama. That's all I got to say. And shout out to my guy, Christian Moore from Selma, Alabama, linebacker, signed with the Oklahoma Sooners. So I want to give a shout out to him doing his thing. And a couple other guys signed to shout out to Bo Outlaw and Amari Towns signed with Purdue. Outlaw went to Ole Miss. And we got one more go to Kennesaw State. That's Jordan Holmes. Shout out to Jordan Holmes.
They all from the same high school as them, or all over
same from all the same area, but
Gotcha.
they ventured out and went to different high schools.
Gotcha.
So I knew all of them from the Jets, as they say.
Yeah, that's all right.
A couple
man.
of them that's still out there that hasn't signed yet. My little cousin also will be playing in the Alabama Mississippi All-Star game along with the Blue-Gray All-Star game. So I told him to just stay patient because when you go to those All-Star games, there are going to be a lot of scouts there that's probably looking at their guy. And if you go there and do your thing, they'll be looking at you too.
Absolutely.
So you've been on that end of it, Unc, where you go to these All-Star games and you're scouting talent. Can you tell us a little bit about that and about how some of these guys can stay patient right now?
Oh, dog. I mean, you really nailed it. You have your working list, right? Like these are the 3 people I'm going to see. And then when they get over into position drills or quote unquote indie, you're not just gonna watch your guy. You're gonna watch everybody do the drills, and you end up making notes about somebody else.
Yes.
And so it is all about effort at these invite bowls. It's all about body language.
Mm-hmm.
The little things, and somebody will notice you. Let me give you a true story here, right? This is a true story, Chico.
Yeah.
I wish we had the Uncle Neely chugga 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 chugga.
Oh, we got it.
I'm at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
when a guy out of Mississippi State named Dakota Prescott was doing drills, and they had like just this kind of relaxed but kind of ish talking 40 race with the quarterbacks. And Dak came in like second, and he said to the people gathered there and everybody else, that'll never happen again.
Mm.
And do you know what I overheard Jerry Jones say? If that guy right there from Mississippi State is still around when we pick, I'm gonna get him.
Mm. And look what happened. He really did it too.
He was not there to see Dak.
Wow. Damn.
But just saw that drill, overheard that bravado. It was like, I got Romo, but if that dude is still around when we pick, I'm gonna get him.
Yeah. Because it's a fact. They might be there to see something else, but as the old saying say, the cream gonna rise to the top.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's when you're gonna see them.
Chico, you saw me smiling earlier.
Okay, yeah, I missed
Because
that.
I really mentioned your name just yesterday.
No.
I was talking to Coach Pecco, and I was asking about his sons. His sons are potential. His sons have potential to come to Colorado. If they choose.
Yeah. One of them is junior is already a hard commit.
Yeah. You got. So he has one that's in junior college now, and one that's coming out of 12th grade. But that puts both of them in 2026.
Right.
So we were just shooting the breeze, seeing how they were doing, and he was talking about the son that has an invite to the Polynesian Bowl. So he says to me, he's like, Neely, Unc, are you familiar? I'm from the South, and he don't know I know the Polynesian Bowl. He's like, you familiar with the Polynesian Bowl? I said, yeah, that's that bowl that Chico be sneaking into.
Oh my God, man.
And he looked up. I was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Chico, that was just yesterday.
That's crazy. Snuck in one time. Who's probably saying, huh?
Yeah, he was like, huh? I was like, don't worry about it.
Like, damn, bro. I can get him in. He's like, nah. But hey, Uncle's like, nah, he likes sneaking in. Don't worry about it.
He want to do it his way. He
don't want no
85 South concert. He will have a ticket and would rather sneak in than use his ticket.
Hell nah. That's crazy, man. Hey, but shout out to Coach Pecco, and hopefully we'll have his sons there, man. Sure.
Yeah. You never know. You never know. But it's certainly there. It's teed up,
Mm-hmm.
I remember again, back home sitting in Jackson. I remember vividly when Coach Prime had made the commitment to coach at Jackson State, but Shador was still committed to, I think it was Willie Taggart, where he was.
Yeah.
And I was like, so Coach, is Shador gonna come? He's like, man, that's on him. Like, it's y'all gotta recruit him.
But then a couple years later, when they asked about Coach Prime, if you leave Jackson State, will Shador be going?
He just bust out laughing. He says, dog, you must ain't got no kids.
That was that. Are you crazy? What you think? It's like he told a reporter a couple weeks ago when he tried to compliment one of the players. He was like, such and such been playing very, very well, right? And Coach Prowse was like, yeah. And he was like, it was like he thought in his head, like, man, I ain't even play with these folks. Like, man, you don't be looking at film, do you?
No, but he looked at me and said, he don't watch film, do he?
Oh, he looked at you and said,
And I had to bust out laughing, man. I lost all my
Lord
professionalism.
mercy. Boy, Coach Prime is funny as hell, dog. Funny as hell. I gotta learn that though. I gotta learn
He
to.
tried to do that politically correct answer, then he just
And then he
couldn't
was like,
hold
yeah, you know what? No.
it. And he don't watch no film, do it.
And see, that's the thing. He like, I ain't even gonna go too far into it. I'm just gonna say he could have easily, thrown a player under the bus, so to speak. But he didn't do that. But at the same time, he didn't lie. And he was like, wait a minute. Like, no,
Chico,
no.
that's one of the things that gets under my skin a lot when people accuse Coach Prime or his coaching staff of throwing players under the bus or blaming players. When the truth is, it is the exact opposite of that.
Exact opposite.
Like, man, they do so much to protect the players from themselves.
Yeah.
And not tell, about missed meetings or coming to this late or not doing this. Like, they really do everything they can to keep the player looking in the best light possible. And now blame us, blame the adults, blame the staff.
Mm-hmm.
But then you hear on the streets the direct, all they do is blame the players. Like, no, they really be protecting the players because they could tell you a lot of stuff about a lot of people you may be looking up to that really be effing up.
Right. Yeah. So, hey, man, appreciate all the people checking in with us. Nuke said, for all the 27 million people, Ohio State Athletics had this. No, I thought that was something else. My bad. Because I see what I got to do now, Unc. I got to kind of vet some of these comments before I just pop them up there. Man, I done popped up some stuff and be like, bam, oh, Chico crazy. Hold on, let me put that down, dog. Let me put that down. Wait, let me start reading these comments.
Nothing is gonna beat the reaction show. And you hadn't even watched what we reacted to yet. And that dude was over there talking about nose candy and riping. And I was like, Chico,
hey,
what are we doing?
What are we doing?
No, it's a real reaction. We had seen it.
It's like, no, but you gotta vet the videos, dog. You know what's on. Hey, Unc just walked off from me like when Jerry Judy was talking. Unc just walked off like she do it. Like,
I can't do this right now, though. I can't. I got
100
yards. I got 100 yards. I'm just gonna get away from you.
Speaking of that, Jerry Judy was at the podium today, and
I missed it. What did he say?
He said, let me see what he said. Jerry Judy on what he would have done differently regarding the confrontation with Shedeur Sanders, and quote, I would have talked to him off camera. Stuff like that happens. Me and Shedeur good. Everything good, end quote. Sanders also said they resolved the issue and would not speak further on it. Unc?
That's the Shedeur I know. I don't know Jerry Judy. Never met him before, so I don't want to make any assumptions about it. But I know that Grom wasn't gonna be bothered by it.
Mm-hmm.
Camera on or camera off.
Yeah, you said that.
Because don't nobody want to win more than he want to win.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it's about, winning at the end of the day. You heard him say that when they was asking him about stats.
Audio went away again.
Oh, sorry about that. But you heard Shedeur Sanders say that when they're talking about the stats and things like that, is the fact that it's about winning on his end. He ain't really worried about the stats. He's worried about getting the dub because that's what's going to keep him, I think, that's what's going to keep him on the field and playing is getting that dub. And that's what Shedeur Sanders is all about, dog. So shout out to Jerry Judy and Shedeur for resolving it, getting over it, and doing what they got to do to be the best they can on the football field.
Yeah, being pros, man.
And being pros. But at the end of the day, like I said, I like Jerry Judy. I got nothing against him. He went to Alabama. He's a Florida boy. I don't know him personally, but business-wise, from the Cleveland Browns perspective, I still think,
addition via subtraction.
Right.
Yeah, you can lose one and gain 3.
That's all.
Yeah, you can gain 2 for sure.
You gain 2 for sure, and they could be your specific picks that you feel like that will come in and grow with your quarterback, whoever that may be, because
you just put that tweet up of Juju saying, I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
And if Shedeur is going to be your guy for the future, he's going to thereby you heard Shiloh joking about it, but it is real. In his prayer on Thanksgiving dinner, he's like, "Hey, let my brother become a starter so he can get me on the team." Like
Yeah,
to QB1 has a certain say that other players don't have.
damn sure do. And usually QB1s end up being superstars, and superstars definitely have that certain stay. No matter what sport you're looking in, and we can look right at the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis and the Antetokounmpo brothers. He got 2 of them up there now.
Because you got to keep him happy. I love that story that Jalen Rose shares when Kobe scored 81 on Toronto Raptors, and he was like, "Man, the Raptors, we was already falling apart. I came up to the rim with Vince Carter. I get there, they tripping on where Vince Mama Park at. Like you, like he's like, no, it's some stuff you, you can't be tripping over, man."
Right. You gotta let that slide, dog. You gotta
So
what they call it,
if
police
if
discretion.
if me keeping Giannis and Giannis being happy, me having his screw up brother here, okay, dog,
Because guess what? Those last 2 spots on the bench anyway, what are they
don't
gonna do?
matter.
Practice? They're gonna be practicing a lot.
Yep,
It
don't
don't
matter.
matter. And we can pay them the minimum. We paying him the max. Hell, we good. We can fill out the
You know,
other.
I'm finna age myself, but y'all see this gray anyway. See, y'all remember Dikembe Mutombo,
No.
but what y'all don't remember is Mutombo was on the bench at Georgetown behind Alonzo, and his only role was to make sure Alonzo practiced hard.
Mm,
But Alonzo got in foul trouble one game early in the game, had to sit, and Dikembe had 12 blocks that game.
damn.
And even Dikembe said, "Man, before John Thompson put me in, he talks with that real big African accent." He said, "Before Thompson put me in, he said, look, don't shoot the ball, don't try to score. Do what you do in practice.
Yeah.
Rebound and block."
Doc. And hell,
He
look what
had
that
he
translates
had
to.
1 point and 12
And
blocks that
12
game.
blocks. Damn. That
And the
singular mindset.
rest is history.
Rest is history. Now he's laying on the court holding the ball like this after beating the Sonics.
Yeah.
He's getting dunked on in the mouth by Shaq, but that's just my perspective. He's making some blocks against my. Man, we appreciate y'all joining us. This has been TMR Live, the morning run with Unc and Chico right here in your faces.
Tomorrow,
Motto?
DC.
Yes, indeed. We got Select QB Athletics, the one and only, the QB Whisperer. The guy, he has a top QB also that just signed with Texas A&M, the
Yep.
son of Spencer Johnson, who played at Auburn, friend of the show. We're going to have him on soon also. We'll do that. But KK Johnson, top prospect, he plays with the Buffs in high school. I was hoping he would come and play with the Buffs in Colorado, but we got Juju Lewis, so he ended up signing with Texas A&M, and I'm sure he got a nice NIL deal. Shout out to KK Johnson. You feel?
Yeah, Texas A&M got the bread, the butter knife, the peanut. But what you want?
And what you want, dog? Nutella, Jiffy, Skippy,
Crunchy.
you
Smooth.
name it. Extra crunchy, whatever.
Yeah.
We got
They
all
got
of it.
that-
Matter of fact, we
they
got
got
a
that
factory
paper,
in the
dog.
back here that make peanut butter and jelly and all the other stuff.
They got that paper, dog.
Shit. All right, man. We're gonna try to get us some
Believe
paper
that.
too. Y'all hit that like, subscribe, comment, and all the other good stuff. Keep us in the algorithm, in the rotation. You feel me? Because it's a new day. It's a new day. Hey, peace in the Middle East. Yeah, y'all. You be